My name's Lauren. I'm a graphic designer. I do anything from print media to large format to Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, you name it. Pre-COVID, I was in school, but I had done a couple of co-ops at that point. And I was pretty much working a typical office job just as an intern, kind of 9 to 5 schedule, getting any of the projects that they're willing to assign to an intern, and just kind of doing the normal thing. Ever since COVID, I have been working hybrid, so part-time in the office, part-time from home. Working from home is a little bit different, I guess, in that I don't always necessarily work at a desk. It's a little bit more free-form, but it's a nice balance because sometimes maybe working from home is easier to buckle down, whereas communication can be really good in the office, so it's become more of a balance. Working remotely, it can be a little bit harder to communicate with coworkers, just because everyone is on their own schedule, maybe doesn't have their phone by them all the time, so getting feedback on projects or getting approvals can take a little bit longer when you're not necessarily face-to-face. I started working remotely in March of 2020, like everybody else, and I pretty much stayed that way until I graduated, which was in spring of 2021. So I was working remotely for at least a year full-time, and then starting this job once I graduated was the first time I started working hybrid. We got this office in, I think, June or July, so I've only been working hybrid for about 7 to 8 months. I personally really enjoy working hybrid. There are some of my coworkers who prefer to be in the office every day. There are some who prefer to work from home most days. I really enjoy a little bit of both because I find it easier to buckle down and get the work done when I'm in my own space and someone isn't talking to me physically as often as when I'm in the office. But I also really enjoy the communication, how easy that is in the office, and just being able to bond with coworkers a little bit easier when we're face-to-face. I would say in terms of working with clients, it's been pretty much the same. As an intern, I was not very often working with clients directly in face-to-face meetings, maybe occasionally. I've also had a lot of in-house jobs where the company is the client in a way. And in cases where the client is separate, it's been pretty much the same. You might have the occasional face-to-face meeting, but most of communication takes place through email or through digital meetings. I think it's affected me the same way it's affected anyone else. It's more of a challenge to be able to see anyone in person, constantly being aware of the smallest tickle in your throat, wondering if that means that you need to stay away from everyone. But kind of like everyone else, you learn how to adapt.